Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello. So I have a quick question for you guys. Have you ever struggled or troubled when you guys taking notes from a teacher when explaining? Because I do. I used to have a lot of struggles, a lot of troubles when taking notes. Even though I've taken a pretty much a detailed notes on a 2 hours lectures on my teacher, I found it I'm having a hard time on remembering getting a good grasp on the subject. Turns out my view this whole time was wrong. It's not reviewing our notes as much as possible until I can get a good view, a good grasp of understanding of the subject. But instead, how can I get that good understanding, that great understanding on the first review? Turns out there's a technique called association. This technique is so helpful. It eliminates the need for multiple reviews and retain as much info as possible. The association comes with a lot of types and techniques. There are associating subjects based on their characteristics into 3 or 2 groups. This is called chunking, and maybe turning a page full of a paragraph into a one image of subject of the subject that is related to that paragraph. This is called visualization. The main idea of association is simplifying the concept of the subject that we are trying to learn and breaking them down so even a child can understand. That means no fancy language, no complicated terms, and a direct point on the important details of the subject. The next step of association is finding prior knowledge that is similar to the idea, like with familiar imagery, analogies, or even stories. So yeah, the main idea of all this technique on taking notes is just condense notes from pages to simple expressions. And after I've tried this technique, it does help me a lot. Usually when I was taking notes, it took me about an hour, or maybe 2. But with this technique, I promise it's better. To make it more simple, the steps on doing this technique while taking notes is just first, you can choose to simplify it or break it down so even a child can understand. That is no fancy languages, no complicated key terms, and a point on the important details. That's the first. And the second is find prior knowledge that is similar to the idea, with maybe imagery or analogies and stories. So yeah, thank you for listening, and go make today amazing.